Happy Vlogmas Day 1. Today is November 30th and it is about 8:15 right now. Matthew woke up about 8 o'clock and then Big Matthew went to work not too long ago, and I just finished line drying some of our diapers, and Matthew is upstairs playing right now, so I'm about to head up there and get him and get our day started. Alright guys, I just finished getting ready. I'm going to do my hair a little bit later once he goes down for his first nap. But he was so good playing in his high chair while I got ready. And so now we're going to have some breakfast. And it's about 9 o'clock right now. He goes down for his first nap around probably 9:30ish. So I have about 30 minutes until that, and then we're gonna go to church a little bit later and the grocery and maybe finish up making some stockings. So we have a busy day ahead of us, so stay tuned. So we are in the car. We are headed to Matthew's work. We're gonna go pick him up and then go to church. So baby Matthew was supposed to be taking a nap. We have been sort of sleep training. So by that, I mean we sleep trained, and then we kind of didn't follow it very well. It got really hard, so today what I was doing, he does not like to be put down for naps. He prefers to just be held the whole time, which is probably our fault because we completely spoiled him as a newborn. The first week and a half that he was born, Matthew and I were both home, so of course we were going to hold him, and pretty much all he did at that point was sleep and eat. So it was like, that was the only time we got to hold him, was when he was sleeping, because he was hardly awake. So we really spoiled him a lot then, and then, you know, when Matthew went back to work, I was still adjusting to everything, and I didn't really ever enforce taking naps in his bed. Now, he's always slept overnight in a bed from newborn until probably 2.5 months old. He slept in a bassinet beside our bed, and then after that, so he would wake up. He started waking up a lot more in the night, which is kind of odd. Usually they wake up a lot as newborns and then start waking up less. But for us, he woke up a lot in the night after about 2.5 months, and I would fall asleep feeding him. So there's a hormone released while you're feeding, and that makes you very tired. And also it was the middle of the night and I was waking up a bunch anyways, so I was very tired anyways. At that point he was big enough that I was well aware that he was in the bed, and I never ever put him between Matthew and I only ever had him next to me, and then next to the side of the bed. And then I always made sure there was plenty of room in case somehow he got close to the edge. That got very uncomfortable. So somehow he would like scoot closer to me throughout the night. And so that would pretty much leave Matthew like this much room on the bed, and then I was like on top of him, and then baby was on top of me, because he didn't like for me to get too far away from him, and so he would scooch himself, and I've seen him do it now. I know that he was like scooching himself closer to me. He's back there sleeping right now. He just finally fell asleep. We then decided that after 2 months of that, so around 4 months, a little over 4 months, we decided, with the recommendation from our pediatrician, that we would start sleep training. And basically, sleep training is putting them down awake and then them falling asleep on their own. And it involves a lot of crying, and it is not fun at all. Some people have a lot of luck with it. Some people don't hardly even have to let their kids cry. Their kids just kind of figure it out. And let me tell you, it was not fun. So the first night, we spent 3 hours trying to get him to fall asleep. And it was rough. So at first when we started, I was like, okay, it's the first night, you know, if it doesn't happen after like 20 minutes, we'll just stop for tonight and we'll try again tomorrow, whatever. But as the 20 minutes passed and it was like sort of starting to go well, he would kind of fall asleep here and there for like a second and like calm down. And so I was like, you know what, Matthew was doing most of the ins and outs of going up there, and I was like, this isn't my gig really. While it is really hard for me to just sit here and watch it happen, this is like Matthew's thing. He has to decide when he's ready to stop or if he wants to keep going. And so I let him keep doing it for as long as he wanted, and he stuck with it. After I think an hour and a half, I ended up going up also, and we would take turns at that point to try and get him to calm down and go to sleep and all of that. So finally, after 3 hours, he fell asleep for a long stretch. So before that, he would fall asleep for like 20 minutes or like 10 minutes, just depended on whatever. And so he slept until I think 4:30, and then I went upstairs and I fed him, and he fell back asleep while I was feeding him. And then I put him back in his bed, and I went downstairs, and he slept again until like 6:30. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, he did it. Like, we were so proud of him, and he did it. So the next day, obviously I'm home for naps, and it was nap time, so I did the same thing. I don't even remember now how long it took, but anyways, it was horrible. Like, just all of this letting him cry, and it was not fun. But I feel like it didn't take me that long. It was like 30 minutes or like an hour or something, and he finally fell asleep. And so we did it really well for like 3 nights, and he started waking up in the night earlier and earlier. So originally it was the 4:30, and then it was like 2 or 3, and so he would just start waking up earlier and earlier, and more frequently. So then, you know, we had Thanksgiving and all of that, and at Thanksgiving we were at my mom's house, so I just held him while he napped, and so that kind of threw us off. And then we weren't getting home on time for like his scheduled bedtime, so he'd fall asleep in the car and in and out of the car, and he'd wake up. And you know, we did our best with the circumstances. And then the past few nights he has been sleeping. Matthew will take him upstairs. He does. So we started a bedtime routine. Matthew bathes him So they have a little one-on-one time together since Matthew is gone most of the day. So Matthew gives him a bath, and then he gets his jammies on. He reads him, I think, 1 or 2 books, and then he chants to him his prayers. And while he's chanting, baby falls asleep, and Matthew lays him down, and he'll stay asleep. And so that's kind of like where our sleep training like stopped, was when Matthew started. Well, he didn't intentionally trying to get him to go to sleep while he was chanting. It just kind of happens. So it's not like he has to do it for a super long time, or that like it makes it difficult for him to fall asleep or anything. Like, that's just what he does, and he falls asleep before Matthew finishes his prayers. And so anyways, we've been doing that while he's been waking up the past few nights after 30 minutes of sleeping. And so it's just been like super frustrating for us. And so I go up there, and last night and the night before, we actually just brought him down and let him be out of his bed, and like kind of tried to play with him to get him more tired, because we were like, maybe he's just not tired enough. But last night he was so tired when we put him down, and it's like when I go up there to check on him, I rub his belly and like tell him it's okay, and like he's fine, and we're right there. And he would calm down, and he just looked at me and like started smiling and like laughing. And so I was like, okay, well maybe he really wasn't tired. So I got him, brought him downstairs, and then I nursed him to sleep. And then Matthew ended up saying the pack and play back up in our room, and we put him in there, and he will sleep in there now until like 2 a.m. and then he comes and gets back in bed with us. So it's been a lot better. We are at least getting more sleep than we did before. It's still not ideal, but I just think that maybe he wasn't ready to be sleep training yet. And so I think we're going to give it a couple of weeks and try again. So I just did his nap and was trying to get him to sleep on his own for a nap. And I was doing it 8-minute increments. Usually we were doing 5, and I thought maybe that was like not enough time for him to fall asleep. And so you let him cry for 8 minutes, which I just like could not even. I had the maybe monitor like as low as it went, and I just couldn't do it. He never fell asleep, which is why we are now going to go get Matthew before we go to church. We were originally just going to meet him there, but I wanted him to at least get a nap in and sleep, so we are driving. I just put him in the car because we had to be in the car anyways. I don't normally do this. I'm not ever gonna use the car as a substitute for his sleep. I don't want to get into that habit of like driving him around or anything like that. So we're definitely not doing that. But since I did have to leave anyway, I just threw him in the car because it was almost time to go, regardless of if we were picking up Matthew or not. So let me know your guys' thoughts below on sleep training, and if you had any luck with it. What method did you use? We kind of tried to use a few different methods, and what worked for you guys. So yeah.
Hey guys, so as you can see, I've joined the fam. We just got done at church. Been a nice time there praying and talking to God and all that fun stuff. So now I'm still at work. I'm on my lunch break now. And so now we're getting some lunch together. So we're gonna get some Chick-fil-A, figure out what we're gonna order. It's really busy Chick-fil-A. They've got like 3 different lines going, and outdoor order takers, clerks. So we're gonna get some Chick-fil-A, and then I don't know if you'll see me until this evening, but we're gonna get our grub on.
the end of the day. Matthew came over to my mom's and I made dinner for everyone. And now he's up there putting the baby to bed. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you are super excited for Vlogmas. And comment down below if you guys want to see what our current bedtime routine is with baby Matthew. We can't wait to share our lives with you during Vlogmas this year, and we have some exciting videos coming up. So stay tuned, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.